I hear, "Baby, I miss you and I can't wait to see you again. We had so much fun in New York." I thought, what the? That was Derek's voice. Derek Fisher's secret affair with Matt Barnes' wife sparked a midnight drive and a backyard brawl. Tony Parker's fling with another player's wife nearly cost him his life. And Shaquille O'Neal's alleged relationship with Gilbert Arenas' fiancée nearly shook the NBA to its core. In this video, we examine NBA players who became involved with other players' wives. Let's begin with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. Our first story involves one of the most controversial alleged affairs in NBA history. The relationship between legendary center Shaquille O'Neal and Laura Govan, who was at the time engaged to Gilbert Arenas. Laura Govan had been with Arenas since 2002, became engaged to him in 2008, and shared 4 children with him. Meanwhile, Shaquille O'Neal was married to Shawnee Henderson from 2002 to 2011, though he publicly admitted to multiple infidelities during their marriage. The scandal erupted in November 2009 when the YBF published leaked emails, allegedly between O'Neal and Govan, that contained explicit content. The timing coincided with Arenas facing an NBA suspension following a locker room gun incident. The impact on Gilbert Arenas was devastating. During the game against Indiana, fans chanted, "Shaq! Shaq!" during his free throws, causing him to miss both attempts. Even children behind the bench participated, turning a routine moment into public humiliation. "I hit all backboard," Arenas later said. "Like, this is the rim? It was just, boom, damn." Shawnee Henderson filed for divorce shortly after the rumors emerged, and the couple officially separated in 2011. She later detailed the emotional toll in her 2024 memoir, Undefeated, including her confrontation with Govan. Laura Govan consistently denied the affair, stating in 2011, "Hell no. Have you seen his feet? How are you going to sleep with somebody who has feet like that?" She claimed the emails were fabricated and maintained this stance for over a decade. The scandal became a central storyline on Basketball Wives, amplifying public interest with heated confrontations between Henderson and Govan. The allegations strained Arenas and Govan's relationship, contributing to their final separation in 2014 amid a bitter legal battle. This tale of alleged infidelity and its devastating consequences sets the stage for our next story, involving a French point guard whose text messages destroyed a fairy tale marriage. Tony Parker. Tony Parker, the French point guard who helped lead the San Antonio Spurs to multiple championships, found himself at the center of a scandal involving Erin Barry, the wife of his former teammate Brent Barry. The year was 2010, and Tony Parker appeared to have it all. He was married to Desperate Housewives star Eva Longoria after a fairy tale wedding in France in 2007, and their relationship was a poster child for celebrity romance. Meanwhile, Brent Barry, who had played for the Spurs from 2004 to 2008, was married to Erin Barry. The two families had developed a close friendship, often socializing together, with Erin and Eva bonding as Spurs wives. Their friendship continued even after Brent left the team. The scandal broke in November 2010 when Eva Longoria filed for divorce after discovering hundreds of text messages on Parker's phone. Suspiciously, Brent Barry had filed for divorce from Erin just weeks earlier, on October 29, 2010. Media reports speculated the messages were with Erin Barry, calling it a texting scandal. Sources acknowledged the texts were flirtatious, but denied any physical affair. Erin Barry publicly denied having an affair, stating on her website, "I did not have an affair with Tony Parker, nor did I pursue Tony Parker," emphasizing that the speculation arose from coincidental timing. Both couples' divorces were finalized in January 2011, ending what had appeared to be stable marriages. For Eva, the betrayal was particularly painful due to her friendship with Erin. In a 2023 interview, Longoria reflected, "It wasn't about who he chose. I had moments where I wondered, am I not sexy enough? Am I not pretty enough? But I immediately stopped and said, no, don't start doing that." The Parker-Barry scandal highlighted how modern technology can expose inappropriate relationships and demonstrated the interconnected nature of NBA social circles. Eva eventually found happiness, remarrying in 2016 and showing remarkable resilience after such a public betrayal. This story of betrayal via text message leads us to our next tale, where a secret relationship exploded into one of the most dramatic confrontations in NBA history. Derek Fisher. Some NBA scandals simmer beneath the surface, but others explode with thunderous force. Derek Fisher, a five-time NBA champion and former New York Knicks coach, began dating Gloria Govan in 2015, while she was estranged from Matt Barnes. Fisher and Barnes had been Lakers teammates from 2010 to 2012, making this feel like a profound personal betrayal. The drama began during a family drive. Barnes was returning to Los Angeles with Gloria and their twin sons after a Memphis training camp. During a pit stop, Gloria's phone connected to the car's Bluetooth, and Barnes overheard a conversation that changed everything. And I hear, "Baby, I miss you and I can't wait to see you again. We had so much fun in New York," Barnes recalled. I'm like, "What the?" That's Derek's voice. Barnes immediately recognized Fisher's voice, expressing romantic sentiments. After being dropped off, one of his sons called him via FaceTime, clearly distressed. I'm like, "Carter, what's up, bro?" He shakes his head. "Nothing." Like, "What's going on? Why are you not talking?" He shakes his head. "Nothing." And then he puts his head down on the couch and puts a pillow over his face. And in the phone, he's like, "Your friend Derek is over here." What happened next would become NBA legend. Barnes clarified that, contrary to popular belief, he didn't drive 95 miles, but rather 15 minutes from Marina del Rey to Gloria's home in Manhattan Beach. As soon as I turn into the backyard, I see Derek with his arm around Gloria. So I just fire on him. The physical altercation occurred at 11:45 p.m. in Govan's backyard during a bonfire with about 10 people present. When Barnes arrived and saw Fisher with his arm around Gloria, he immediately attacked. The fight was intense, with Barnes, who weighed 235 pounds, confronting Fisher, who stood 6 feet 1 inch and weighed 200 pounds. So I hit him. He flies into or falls into the sliding glass door. Police were called, but Fisher left before they arrived. No charges were filed. The aftermath included custody battles, with Barnes being granted full custody in 2018. However, this story has a positive ending. By 2021, Barnes and Fisher had buried the hatchet, communicating regularly and attending each other's events. Fisher and Govan married in July 2021, and Fisher now coaches Barnes' twins at their high school, demonstrating how conflicts can be resolved when children's well-being becomes a priority. This explosive confrontation leads us to a different type of scandal, where inappropriate comments, rather than a secret affair, forever damage a relationship between NBA legends. Karl Malone. Not all NBA scandals involve secret affairs. Sometimes the most damaging incidents occur in plain sight. Karl Malone joined the Lakers in 2003 for his final season, aiming to win a championship alongside Kobe Bryant. What should have been a triumphant season became tainted by an incident that destroyed their relationship. The incident occurred on November 23, 2004, during a Lakers home game against Milwaukee. Vanessa Bryant called Malone's cell phone after getting his number from Malone's wife, Kay, to invite Malone's son to sit with her. During the conversation, Malone asked Vanessa to sit next to him and give him a hug, suggesting, "If you do that, it'll be on the cover of every magazine in the country." When she reminded him of their respective marital statuses and their age difference, Malone replied, "Oh, like your daddy?" Most offensively, when asked about his cowboy hat, Malone said, "I'm hunting for little Mexican girls," a comment particularly offensive given Vanessa's Mexican descent. Kobe, feeling deeply hurt by someone he viewed as an older brother, confronted Malone, telling him to stay away from his wife. In interviews, Kobe expresses pain. "You know, when everything broke out, I had several reporters come up to me and ask me on camera and off camera, what was a personal feud that took place between myself and Karl? And my response to them was, look, it's a personal matter. It was resolved in a personal way." Malone denied making a pass, but apologized for his inappropriate remarks. However, during a four-way call with both couples, he denied making specific comments, creating further tension. The incident became publicly known as Vanessa Gate. The Lakers lost the finals to Detroit in 5 games despite a strong start. The internal tension may have contributed to distractions that affected team chemistry. The feud persisted for years, with Malone suggesting in 2015 he was willing to knuckle up with Kobe. There is no evidence of a reconciliation, making this one of basketball's most enduring feuds. The Malone-Bryant incident demonstrates how thoughtless comments can destroy decades of respect. This leads us to our next story, where rumors, rather than confirmed actions, created equally damaging consequences. Andrew Bynum. Rumors and gossip can spread like wildfire, destroying reputations and careers based on nothing more than speculation and anonymous whispers. Such was the case with Andrew Bynum and Jamal Mosley's wife, Christina Anderson, a story that demonstrates how quickly unsubstantiated claims can spiral out of control in the age of social media. Andrew Bynum, a former NBA center known for his time with the Los Angeles Lakers, joined the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2013. His career, marked by high expectations and recurring injuries, was already on a downward trajectory. Jamal Mosley, then an assistant coach for the Cavaliers, is now recognized for his successful tenure as head coach of the Orlando Magic. Christina Anderson, Mosley's wife since 2016, has maintained a low public profile as a public relations consultant. The Cleveland Cavaliers immediately denied the report, stating it was entirely not true, likely prompting the removal of the original article under legal threat. Sports media outlets labeled the rumor complete BS, comparing it to other unfounded gossip. Neither Bynum, Mosley, nor Anderson publicly addressed the rumor, understanding that dignifying baseless gossip with a response often backfires. Bynum's career was already struggling due to injuries and behavioral issues. His release in March 2014 marked the end of his career at age 26. Mosley's career progressed unaffected, leading to his role as Magic head coach in 2021. Anderson maintained her low profile, and she and Mosley have 3 children, indicating a stable family life that contradicts the malicious rumors. This incident exemplifies how dangerous unsubstantiated rumors can be in the digital age, where gossip sites often prioritize clicks over accuracy. The Cavaliers' swift denial helped contain the damage, and the story eventually faded due to its lack of substance. Moving from unfounded accusations, our next story involves beloved point guard Steve Nash and questions that divided fan opinion for years. Jason Richardson. Few NBA stories generate as much debate as the alleged affair between Jason Richardson and Steve Nash's wife, Alejandra Amarillo. Unlike other scandals, this remains shrouded in uncertainty, with passionate defenders on both sides. The rumor emerged in 2010 when Nash filed for divorce from Amarillo on November 13th, just one day after the birth of their 3rd child, Mateo. This unusual timing raised immediate eyebrows, given Nash's family man image. Richardson, Nash's teammate from 2008 to 2010, was traded to Orlando in December 2010. The proximity to Nash's divorce filing created speculation about behind-the-scenes drama. Some reports suggested Nash suspected infidelity, with Richardson implicated as potentially being Mateo's biological father based on claims about physical appearance. These were never substantiated by paternity tests or official statements. However, recent analyses explicitly state there is no credible evidence or official confirmation of the affair, labeling it online gossip. Amarillo addressed the rumors in Arizona Foothills magazine by posing with Mateo and their twins, implicitly affirming Nash's paternity. Nash's only statement was brief. "This is a bittersweet moment for my wife and I. After 5 years, we are now in the process of dissolving our marriage." His silence left room for speculation while demonstrating a desire for privacy. Adding complexity, reports emerged that Nash began dating Brittany Richardson post-divorce, leading to name confusion with Jason Richardson, which may have perpetuated false information. Recent coverage reinforces Amarillo's rejection of the claims, noting that Mateo continues to be identified as Nash's son, suggesting the 2010 speculation has never been substantiated. The Richardson-Nash rumor represents a frustrating type of sports controversy where an absence of proof allows for indefinite speculation. Both players' careers remain unaffected, with Nash recognized as an all-time great point guard. This tale of unproven allegations provides a perfect backdrop for our next story, where rumors threaten successful team chemistry. Paul George. In 2014, The Indiana Pacers were on top of the basketball world, ranked as the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference and seemingly destined for greatness. Paul George was in his prime, averaging impressive numbers, while Roy Hibbert was an all-star center providing dominant interior defense. The future looked bright until a rumor emerged that threatened to destroy everything. The rumor claimed Paul George was romantically involved with Roy Hibbert's fiancée, Valerie Cook. It was reported by BallerAlert.com following an anonymous email. No credible evidence was provided, but the timing seemed suspicious. Hibbert's performance had declined noticeably during the 2013-14 season, particularly in the playoffs, where he had consecutive scoreless games. The top-seeded Pacers struggled in a 7-game series against the 8th-seeded Atlanta Hawks, and media speculated the rumor was affecting Hibbert mentally. Paul George responded by posting an Instagram photo of him, Hibbert, and teammate George Hill fishing, captioned, "These rumors have got to stop. It's getting old now, and all you that believe them are ignorant. #brothers. Hibbert spoke about the fishing trip. After practice, he invited me out on his boat, and we fished for about 2 hours and just relaxed and didn't talk about basketball. We just talked about life and trying to catch some base. He reached out and got my mind off things." Teammates rallied around both players. George Hill stated, "We're brothers. None of that is happening." Valerie Cook also denied the allegations, asking for privacy. After the fishing trip, Hibbert's performance reportedly returned to all-star form, suggesting team bonding helped restore confidence. However, the team's championship aspirations were already derailed. Paul George continued performing at a high level. Valerie and Roy remained together and now have 2 children, indicating their relationship survived whatever challenges the rumor created. By 2023, the incident was framed as a historical anecdote. Almost a decade since the rumor, everything is fine now. This story of a rumor causing betrayal between teammates leads us to a tale where personal conflicts erupted into one of the most destructive internal battles in NBA history. Jimmy Jackson. Sometimes in NBA history, a single rumor can alter the trajectory of an entire franchise for decades. Such was the case with the Dallas Mavericks in the mid-1990s, when what should have been the foundation of a championship team became a cautionary tale of how personal drama can destroy professional relationships. The story of Jimmy Jackson, Jason Kidd, and singer Toni Braxton represents one of the most destructive internal conflicts in basketball history. The incident began during a December 1994 Mavericks trip to New York, where singer Toni Braxton was supposedly to meet Jason Kidd, but instead spent time with Jimmy Jackson. This gained traction when Braxton, promoting her album Secrets in 1996, responded to questions with, "A girl will never kiss and tell." Jackson vehemently denied involvement. "I never met her. Jason may have met her, but what happened was we were in New York. I had a publicist who was going to set up the whole team to go over there and see her in the studio." He clarified he was supposed to attend but didn't, making romantic involvement impossible. Kidd, initially believing the rumor, was reportedly furious. His emotional reaction to the perceived betrayal proved crucial in the dissolution of the 3 J's, Kidd, Jackson, and Jamal Mashburn. Mashburn attempted to set the record straight in 2015. "She definitely cost me relationships with Jimmy Jackson and Jason Kidd. From my understanding, being in the locker room, there was no truth to the Toni Braxton part. She played a part in it from the standpoint that she had an album out at the time, and said she doesn't kiss and tell." By late June 1996, Kidd demanded a trade, telling management, "Trade him or trade me." Mashburn echoed similar sentiments about Jackson's selfishness. The 1996-97 season began poorly with a 4-12 record, with internal conflicts like the Braxton rumor cited as contributing factors. On December 26, 1996, Kidd was traded to Phoenix. On February 14, 1997, Mashburn was traded to Miami. On February 17, 1997, Jackson was traded to New Jersey. These trades dismantled the trio, ending an era of unfulfilled promise. The Mavericks didn't achieve a winning season again until 2001. Kidd eventually won a championship with Dallas in 2011. Jackson played for 12 teams over 14 seasons, and Mashburn became an all-star in Miami. This story of rumored infidelity destroying team chemistry leads us to our next tale involving established Lakers stars and championship pressures. Shannon Brown. The Lakers have always mixed drama with championships, but a 2011 rumor involving Shannon Brown and Pau Gasol's girlfriend tested even their legendary ability to overcome internal turmoil. Shannon Brown, known for his athleticism, won 2 championships with the Lakers in 2009 and 2010. The rumor emerged during the 2011 playoffs after the Lakers were shockingly swept by the Dallas Mavericks. The allegation suggested Brown had an affair with Sylvia Lopez Castro, Gasol's then-girlfriend, contributing to Gasol's underperformance in the series. There was even speculation that Vanessa Bryant had somehow orchestrated the situation. Brown quickly denied the rumor on Twitter. "Okay, let me put an end to this right now before it goes any further. I did not sleep with Pau Gasol's woman. First and last time addressing it." Gasol also addressed the allegations, calling the rumors absolutely false in a May 2011 ESPN interview. He confirmed his relationship with Lopez Castro was fine and denied any rift with Kobe Bryant. The rumor lacked concrete evidence, originating from unverified gossip rather than credible reporting. The long-term impact proved minimal for both careers. Brown retired in 2015, while Gasol continued to play at an elite level before retiring in 2019 and being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2023. Gasol is now married to Catherine McDonald, with whom he has 3 children, and maintains a close relationship with the Bryant family. This story of unsubstantiated rumors under championship pressure brings us to our final tale, perhaps the most persistent and controversial allegation in modern NBA history. Delonte West. Our final story explores the darkest corners of NBA gossip, where a rumor so explosive has survived over a decade of denials and fact-checking. The alleged affair between Delonte West and Gloria James, LeBron James's mother, represents perhaps the most controversial and enduring unsubstantiated claim in modern basketball history. The rumor emerged during the 2010 playoffs when the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, faced the Boston Celtics. West was LeBron's teammate, serving as a valuable role player. The speculation suggested West was involved with Gloria James, contributing to LeBron's performance dip as Cleveland lost the series in 6 games. Some even attributed LeBron's subsequent departure to Miami to the alleged affair's impact on team chemistry. Gossip blogs spread the rumor with detailed but unverified reports. Basketball Hall of Famer Calvin Murphy added a layer of credibility in 2010, stating, "It ain't no rumor. Unfortunately, my sources in the NBA tell me that it's absolutely true. However, this was based entirely on unnamed sources without concrete evidence." LeBron's attorney formally denied the speculation, calling it idiotic and off the wall with absolutely no legitimate foundation. West has consistently denied the rumor. In 2012, he told the Dallas News, "It's affected me everywhere I go. First question, don't tell me you did that." In August 2023, West was recorded outside a store responding to questions, saying, "I ain't never fed anybody's mother." In April 2024, West expressed respect for Gloria James, saying, "For a strong black woman like that, for people to try to tear her down, that's terrible." Former NBA player John Salley refuted the rumor, stating it was media-driven and fabricated, and noting that LeBron handled it very well by choosing not to engage. The persistent rumor has undoubtedly compounded West's well-documented public struggles with mental health and addiction. Given consistent denials from all involved and a complete lack of evidence, the rumor appears entirely unfounded. It represents the darkest side of NBA gossip culture, where sensational claims can persist indefinitely, inflicting lasting damage on innocent people's lives and careers.